Greetings and welcome. Oop, that's the wrong button. Thank you and all, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Neverwinter Nights, where we're exploring the Orc and Goblin caves north of Port Last. And Tommy had just told us his story. Ooh, elites. Are these a challenge? Well, sort of. I wager the Orc Chief is impossible. Yeah. Luckily, I did save.
Here comes Halfling Death!
I might need a bit of assistance. Ouch. Hey, that's no fair. Only I'm allowed to do that.
I love this part! Here comes... I love this part! Here comes Halfling Death!
Alright, easy enough. And he dropped some armor and a two-bladed sword that's not magical, so not important. And that bag is full. Yeah, then it'll go in the spare bag. Cure light wounds, you can drink that, Tommy. Can I not give it to you? It has to be in my inventory, has it? Alright, I think this is probably a good place to rest. Nope, apparently it's not. There it is. Right in this little corner there's no enemies, so it's a good place to rest.
Eh? What can Tommy do for you?
I just want to talk. Continue your story from before, now that we've had a little bit of action. Isn't time, my lord. Got this defined and cut into little cultist-sized bits, don't we? Yes, we do. I hope I wasn't too late with triggering that quest. Could be. Right. Bodak's tooth. Those are kind of rare. Well, at least until I find some more Bodaks to slay, but that's not for a little while yet. Can I open this door?
Okie dokie.
Apparently I can. Let's see what's beyond.
Aye, it's done.
Ooh. Some ogres.
Woohoo!
I'll just have to show you the glory.
I love this part!
Pitiful. Alright, let's go have a look. Right, that's locked, that's trapped. They're probably all traps, but
Aye, it's done.
that's the only one I can see. Right, so this has increased my charisma and my saving throw. So how high is my charisma? 22. I should be able to convince people. That's a amulet of elemental resistance or acid resistance. Well, one or the other. It's kind of useful. Alright.
Okay, dokie. Aye, it's done.
Alright, just more random stuff. That's the wrong bag. Spells go in this bag.
Aye, it's done.
That's half plate. Useless. Well, I could sell it, of course, but I don't feel like doing that. Alright, since I have a potion of lore, might as well use it. What is this? Chainmail +1. Alright, that figures. This is a acid resistance, alright. That's empty. Nothing here that needs identifying. Don't think I have anything else that is really unidentified at this point. Alright, that's fine. Let's pop back over to Port Last for a moment. Might as well get rid of some of the burden, even if it isn't quite a burden yet. And potentially head off a mistake I might have made by talking to Tommy Deathlate. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how many levels I can gain in this particular chapter. So hopefully it doesn't matter.
Hey, I'll tell you.
Right. You want this crap, and I'll hold on to this crap. And let's sell all the useless trinkets. I don't need a sickle. And I think that's everything in my inventory. There's nothing else I really want to get rid of. Alright. Time to start picking up the final quests that I actually do want. The henchman quests. Which is kind of important. Alright, that's need to be over here. Now I could talk to Erebeth and Aaron Gent. I might do that later. Tommy, would you get over here? Yeah, stand there.
It is a pleasure to see you again, though not altogether unexpected. I had heard that Erebeth recruited you to stamp out the foul cult that was responsible for the plague.
I'm surprised to see you here, Dalen. I know we went our separate ways, Malcolm, but it seemed the gods have seen fit to bring us together once more. After we parted ways in Neverwinter, I returned to the Trade of Blades to offer my skills for hire. It was there I was approached by Lady Erebeth on behalf of Lord Nasher himself. It seems Lord Nasher is determined to root out the cult that had brought so much suffering to this city. To his city, rather. He has ordered all the mercenaries in Neverwinter to come to Port Last to join in the search. So you were conscripted into service by Erebeth. When Erebeth recruited the mercenaries, we were all paid in advance for our services. Well paid. Lord Nasher is sparing no expense in tracking down these cultists. Our instructions were simply to make ourselves available to whomever requires our assistance. So, in that spirit, is there anything I can do for you? Do you have any information on the cult behind the Wailing Death? I don't know why you would, but I have heard nothing of the cult, though many suspect, as I do, that answers may be found in the city of Luskan. Luskan? That city has long been an enemy of Neverwinter, an evil blight upon the north. It is widely acknowledged as the home of murderers and thieves, a place with no honor. It would not surprise me to discover the links to the cult in that den of evil. Is there anything else I can help you with, Malcolm? I could use a good fighter by my side. Tommy is particularly worthless. He keeps dying. I'd be honored to join my blade to your cause. Well, indeed.
Yes? Is there something you need?
Yeah, let's talk for a while. My strength is in weapons, not words, Malcolm. If we're to be companions, I'd like to know more. There are no great secrets about me, Malcolm. I am what I am. My father was an orc, my mother was an oath guard of the Red Tiger tribe. I know nothing of my father. My mother would never speak of him. But I was raised among the Red Tiger tribe in customs and traditions of the Uthgard people. I do not know what more I can tell you. Well, tell me of the Uthgard. About your customs and traditions. We Uthgard are simple but noble people. We hunt the herds and live the land. We worship the gods of our ancestors and the totems of our tribes. Some in the cities fear us. They call us bloodthirsty savages, but they are ignorant of our ways. We are fierce warriors of great courage and honor, even if they do not understand. What was it like for you growing up? I will not lie. I was never allowed to forget about my father's tainted orc blood. Yet if the tribe did not embrace me, at least they tolerated me. Like the other young boys of our tribe, I ran and climbed and swam and grew and strong. I learned to hunt and fish. I learned the lore of our tribe. And most importantly, I learned the honor of a warrior. With my mother's death, the time came for me to prove myself worthy of the tribe. I left in search of glory and honor in the outside world. To prove my spirit was true. I went to Luskan. Why would you go to Luskan? It was the closest city to our tribe, though I knew nothing of its foul, rotten character. If I had, I would not have gone. I have tried to forget my time in that accursed city, Malcolm. The memories are not pleasant. This is not the time to speak of such things, Malcolm. We must focus on rooting out the cult responsible for the Wailing Death. Perhaps we can speak of this later, when the time is right. Alright. Stand. Stay.
I shall do as you ask.
Grimnor. That's all.
We meet again. I taste a storm of slaughter on the air. I'm not surprised to find you here at the center of the whirlwind.
What are you doing here, Grimnor? When we parted ways, Malcolm, I meant to return to my order. But I bowed to the Silent Lord and I discovered I could best serve his will by staying in Neverwinter for the time being. Ow. That hurt my side. Crap. I am eager to find and slaughter those who unleashed the Wailing Death upon Neverwinter. Thousands were taken by the disease, their essence stolen from the grasp of true death. That was why I answered Lord Nash's desperate call for mercenaries to come to port last. He's also anxious to root out those behind the Wailing Death. So you were conscripted into service by Erebeth? When Erebeth recruited the mercenaries, we were all paid in advance of our services. Well paid. Lord Nasher was sparing no expense in tracking down these cultists. Our instructions were simple, simply to make ourselves available to whomever requires our assistance. So in that spirit, is there anything I can do for you? Do you have any information on the Wailing Death, cult? Their location is well hidden, however. I would not be surprised to learn they are connected to the village of Charwood. Charwood? The town has isolated itself from the rest of the world, far to the south of Port Last. Few outside my order even remember such a place exists. The town is a strange place. There is a foul taint upon it that we of the Long Death can feel. None of the emissaries my order has sent south to investigate Charwood have ever returned. It would not surprise me to discover links to the cult behind the Wailing Death in that unnatural place. Is there more I can do for you, Malcolm? I could use a monk by my side. Then together we shall sow death and destruction throughout the land in our quest to destroy those behind the Wailing Death. Alright, you can do that while standing over here. Get here.
It is certain as death itself.
Now stay.
Is there something you need?
I just want to talk a while. Conversation is one way to pass the time until the Silent Lord comes to claim us. What do you wish to speak about? Well, I'd like to know more about you if we're traveling together. For some reason. I am a monk of the Order of the Long Death, Malcolm. I am defined by the customs, tenets, and beliefs of the Order. Simply put, I worship death. Understand I care nothing for the petty gods who squabble over and lay claim to death's portfolio, for I serve death itself, the Silent Lord who rules us all. I could ask if your order was evil, but it would be stupid. Because I don't care. Tell me more about your order, Grimnar. We of the Long Death train, study, and serve our masters. We strive to transcend the earthly world through mental discipline and philosophical understanding of death. We worship the very essence of the Silent Lord, and we worship the tools that prepare us all for our inevitable, inescapable end. Pain, suffering, torment, agony. Our beliefs are difficult for most to accept, and the Order of the Long Death has many powerful enemies. What enemies are you talking about specifically? Our embrace of the Silent Lord has brought us into conflict with many who do not understand the beauty of death. Many fear their mortal end, for most will not simply use pain, anguish, torture, and suffering to release them from this fear, but will prepare them for the cold embrace of the Silent Lord. But there are some who go to extremes to avoid their fate. They use foul rituals and dark necromancy to deny the Silent Lord, which is his due. You're talking about the undead, right? Liches and zombies and the like. The undead are a foul abomination, a denial of the natural order. We of the Long Death are in constant conflict with necromancers and their minions. I have seen firsthand the horrors of war with the undead, Malcolm. What do you mean? This is not the time to speak of such things, Malcolm. We must focus on rooting out the cult responsible for the Wailing Death. Perhaps we can speak of this later, when the time is right. Yes, we might. You stay there. Sharwin!
So, we meet again. The others had told me Erebeth had recruited you to find cultists. I can't say I'm surprised. You've acquired quite the reputation for yourself, haven't you?
I'm surprised to see you here, Sharwin. And why is that? Just because we went our separate ways in Neverwinter? I'm supposed to disappear with the face of Faerun? If you haven't noticed, there's a shortage of good adventurers. Lady Erebeth approached me on the Trail Blaze to hire me on Lord Nash's behalf, just as you were, I imagine. It looks to me like Lord Nasher is pulling out all the stops to find this cult. The search in Neverwinter is immense, and we mercenaries have been sent to Port Last to join the effort with you and Erebeth. Lucky us! So you were conscripted into the service. I've been paid good coin for my services by Lord Nasher, actually. It is another chance at acquiring some fame, in my eyes, even though I have been told to merely offer my assistance to you and Erebeth, for now. So, do you need my help? Do you have any information on the cult behind the Wailing Death? The cult could be practically anywhere. You may want to look into the hills where the Green Griffin Inn. I've heard many tales of monsters raiding the roads nearby in force. Monsters? Bugbears and orcs mostly. Apparently they were being directed by some humans. Which would make it quite odd. At any rate, since Luskin is wrapped up in his own concerns, the countryside has become open season for banditry. These monsters, however, are more organized than is normal. I could use someone by my side. Might as well be you. It's about time you asked. I'm at your disposal, Malcolm. Then I shall dispose of you quite quickly. Just stand your ground there. And I'll finish my conversation with you.
Is there something you need?
I just want to talk for a while. Talk? About what, Malcolm? If we're to be companions, I'd like to know more and more about you. Mine is no great tale, Malcolm. If you like, I could tell you about my beginnings as a bard. Yes. Tell me about that. I could flirt, but I'm not going to. She's beneath me. Well, let's see. I learned the majority of my trade from Dannon, my partner and my love. It was he who took me away from Neverwinter and my family. We were a team, a singing duo, whose who earned our keep in taverns, traveling from town to town along the Sword Coast. We would camp off the roads, and I would listen in awe as Denon told me the legends by the firelight. I loved him more as each night passed. So why aren't you with him now? An excellent question. At the time I didn't think anything could separate us. He was my first, you see, and my belief in our love was absolute. It turned out that those times were the best. I should have cherished them more, for things were quickly about to get much worse, much worse. The fateful day came when we crossed into Arm in the south. We received a rather sudden and unexpected invitation to sing before one of the wealthiest courts in Afkatla. This was bad news? Well, Danon was positive that our long months of playing in taverns had caught someone's attention, that we were being rewarded. He was overjoyed. Myself, I was hesitant. I was not so sure of our abilities, so questioning the motives behind the invitation was far easier. I urged Danon to ignore the invitation, but naturally he would have none of it. It was the beginning of the end for us. Really, though, I did not know it. Perhaps it is a story I should tell you sometime. Now tell me the rest now. No, I've had enough of that story for now. I'm not in the mood, Malcolm. I don't care about your mood. Come, let's adventure more. It will lift my spirits some, I think. Well, it just might. But we'll see you about that next time. Thank you for watching.